So Casino
Let's go.
does, in fact, let's look at his AFC winners and AFC wildcards. Casino is a man of his word, and he is locking it in stone that the Chiefs miss the playoffs.
I
So
do.
we can
I'm
talk about
locking.
that in a second, but
You've
go
already had
to,
me defend my take.
I know you
I
did.
spent a whole like 15 minutes on my take.
And
Anyway,
I didn't think you would. I thought you would at least put them as a wild card.
nope.
And you didn't. You didn't.
No, because that was the whole thing is they don't make the playoffs. And they don't make the
Well,
playoffs.
yeah, Casino doesn't think they make the playoffs.
I don't. I truly don't. So moving on. We're just gonna move on. All right. So the Ravens, obviously up there, they got the big Raven head up there, as your picture shows. They are the number 1 seed. MVP Lamar Jackson. They are going to absolutely dominate the AFC this year. I could see them winning 15 games, probably realistically 14, but I could see them possibly getting that 15 there. Lamar Jackson's going to be great. Derrick Henry's going to be great. This team is ready to go. They keep losing in the playoffs, and that frustrates them. And I think that's finally going to just boil over, and they're going to break through this year. So with that, I do think a team that is going to make the AFC Championship in that 2 seed is going to be the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they're going to be the clear-cut favorite to win the East. I don't think any team's going to get close, not even my team. So Bills, they're going to repeat as division champions again and get that 2nd seed. Then moving down to our wonderful, wonderful Texans. I like CJ Stroud. Last year, their entire offense got injured. This team struggled, and yet they still were able to make the playoffs. They were still able to show up. I know it was a struggle, but this team can put up some numbers this year. And I think with that, they are going to get that 3 seed just because their division is going to be a little easier. They almost were the 4 seed for me. But with that 4 seed, it is going to be the Denver Broncos, and I'm not even questioning it. The Denver Broncos are going to get that 4th seed. And the reason why they are 4 and not higher is just basically the other 3 teams have the easier divisions. This division is going to be the hardest division in the AFC West. The Broncos, Bo Nix is a good quarterback, and that defense is going to be the best defense in the league. You and I both agree that. So, yeah, this team's just going to absolutely dominate. But the reason why they're 4 seed is because we both think that the Raiders are going to be better. We both think the Chargers are going to be better. And obviously the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They can still win games. So Broncos are going to sit there at the 4 seed. Moving on to my wild card. Speaking of the Chargers, I do like them. The Chargers are going to get that 5th seed. I know that they're missing their left tackle, but I have faith in Harbaugh. I have faith in Herbert. This is their last year to really prove it to me. So this was my real shot of putting them in, but they better not prove me wrong. That's all I got to say. Because I'm going to look like a fool. You guys better beat the damn Chiefs. Then going over to our 6th seed, we have the Steelers. What else can we say? The Steelers, they're going to be that 9-8 win team at least. I know there's a lot of egos going into this team. You've got Metcalf, you've got Rodgers, but again, Mike Tomlin, he knows how to reel in those kind of players unless they have CTE. Just throwing that out there. Have we heard much from him? Yeah. Have we heard much from Antonio Brown lately? Yeah. He's
you hear about him on Twitter a lot.
Yeah, there's a whole another police report with him, right? There's something going on. I can't keep up with him. I just can't keep up with
I don't think
antics.
anyone can. I don't think anyone can.
And I feel bad for the guy. But anyway, so I know Mike Tomlin can reel in high energy, big egos, and I think he knows how to utilize them well and get wins, right? That's what he does. He's never had a losing season. All my friends who are Pittsburgh Steelers fans, they hate Tomlin because all he is a 9, when it was a 16 win season or 16 game season, he was like a 10-6 or he was, a 9-7, but he is that just one over kind of guy right now. So they will make the playoffs as they do, probably with 11 wins. And Good for them. Whoop-de-doo. Now, here's the shocker, the Patriots.
For you, not a shocker. Not a shocker.
Okay. So a couple things of why I picked the Patriots.
Homer.
Yes, a couple reasons why. One, Homer. Two, they have the third easiest schedule in the league. Okay. And three is I do have a bet with somebody that they're going to get 10 wins for a six-pack. But all the jokes aside, we both have Vrabel as being the coach that is going to win Coach of the Year. They pretty much got better every single position on that team, and their defense was already good. I can see this defense being a top 5 defense, and all you need, you've talked about it, if you have a good defense, you don't have to have an amazing offense, right? So even if this team breaks under 20 in their offense, which I think they can this year, because I love Travion. I think he's great. Travion was going to probably be my number 2 for offensive player of the year. It was either going to be Genty or him. Yes, over Cam Ward. I just think Tennessee's just going to be too bad of a team to really highlight him. So I think Travion's going to take over the number 1 running backs room outside of taking it away from Ramondre Stevenson, our guy who went to our high school, sadly, but I do think he's that good. And then this defense is going to be great. So I still have the Patriots right at that 10-win mark. I can't see them winning more than that. I can, but that's in the bedroom. It's in the fantasies. But I can see that 10-win team. And I told you, I think 10 wins is at the bare minimum what you need to get into the playoffs. And with their easier schedule, I do think that this will get them through just enough to get that 7th spot.
Yeah, I don't think
And
those
and here's the only
crazy.
thing. And again, the only reason why I don't have the Chiefs, I'll just touch on this again, is I do have the Broncos winning that division. That's one of the reasons why. And the other is that division is just so much better than any other division in football that they're going to lose some games, right? They are going to lose some games. And
Yeah.
I think losing divisional games is going to demoralize them a lot and also hurt them when it comes to head-to-head trying to make the playoffs. That's my take.
Yeah.
I know it's bad. I know I won't even get to the whole Taylor Swift thing and Travis Kelce, but we all know that he's going to be distracted. He's old. It's all those things. Mahomes is going to be scrambling more this year, which leads to higher potential of getting hurt, because that team's not going to be good if Mahomes is not behind center. It just won't be.
Yeah. And you know what? I just realized this where I was like with the NFC, I was like, no way it's going to be every team that was in there last year. I literally put every team that was in there last year just in different order for the AFC. So again, the football oracle has never been less sure of football division.
So yeah, and in this one, the only ones we have different is I have the Patriots and you have the Chiefs.
Yeah. Which I just am sleeping soundly on that bet that the Chiefs are closer to the playoffs than the Patriots, but that's just me. I don't know. Next up, so my AFC divisional winners, I'm right there with what was the division winners last year. I think it's going to be Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Texans, even though last year, obviously the seeding was different with the Chiefs being the 1 seed, the Bills being the 2 seed, and the Ravens, the 3rd seed. I think those top 3 switch. So I think Ravens 1 seed, Chiefs 2 seed, Bills fall to 3 seed, only because, and I think the Bills are better than the Chiefs, but I just think the Chiefs, again, they know how to win during the regular season. They have their number. I could also see this being a year where it flips, where the Chiefs win during the regular season against the Bills and the Bills beat them in the playoffs. Casino and I both think the AFC Championship game is going to be Bills-Ravens. So I think the Bills or Ravens finally have to get over the hump and beat the Chiefs to get there. But
yeah, and God forbid the Chiefs do make the playoffs. Just saying that. That Chiefs team, with everything that I've said, they're not going to beat the Bills this year. They're not going to beat the Ravens this year. Definitely the Ravens. But, until they beat the Bills, you got to see it, right? or until the Bills beat them. You have to see it. But I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's okay. They've had a good run. They've had a good run, and they can honestly just get a few pieces back. Mahomes is still young. They get some new pieces in, fix up their O-line a little bit more, bring in 2 more offensive weapons, and this team can win a Super Bowl again.
Yeah. And I just think, again, the Bills might be the best they've ever been this year. The Ravens might be the best they've ever been this year in their respective
Yeah, I
quarterback
just worry about the Bills
years.
defense.
I do too. They finished last year as the 17th total defense.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was that one game against the Rams where they just got annihilated.
Yeah.
There
I
was that
also
one
worry
game
about
against
their
the
offense.
Ravens. There was that one game against the Ravens where they got annihilated. I just think the Ravens are the more complete team, but everybody loves Josh Allen and the Bills. We love Josh Allen and the Bills.
I do.
And
He seems like the nicest dude.
I just please get somebody besides the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. So even if they lose in the AFC Championship game, there's not a week where we have to dread the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl.
Anybody
Now,
but the Chiefs. So I made a poll on our Facebook just before we started the show. And it was just for tomorrow's game with Eagles, Dallas. I'm like, tomorrow opening night, who do you got? And just made the poll. I almost put a third option and just said anybody but the Chiefs.
I mean, we should do that for who do you think's winning the Super Bowl? And it should, because I'll tell you what, Chiefs fans so damn cocky that it's just like, oh, we're just in the Super Bowl every year. Every year we're just there. No hesitation, no question, no just thought in their head other than, oh, yep, we'll be there. We'll see you there. It annoys me so much. So them losing in the wild card to divisional round to me would be sweeter than them missing the playoffs would be them getting into the playoffs as like a 6 seed and then their fans just being like, all we got to do is get into it and then just getting annihilated in the wild card or divisional round. That would make me it'd make me so happy. Also, these are my predictions. This is not who I want. I don't want the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't want the Steelers or Chargers in the playoffs, but they're gonna be there. Steelers, pretty much exactly what Casito said. They're always there.
Just always there.
Even their fans are tired of them constantly just being at like a B minus instead of like, they're like, please, can we just get like a B plus? And it's like, nope, you can't.
Can we just get to the AFC Championship game?
Yeah, and it's like, no, you can't. You can get a wild card exit. That's what you can get. Maybe a divisional round exit. Chargers, again, everybody thinks I hate Justin Herbert. I do not. I just think he's overrated. I don't hate Justin Herbert. But again, everybody with Justin Herbert, every single thing that goes right on his team is because of Justin Herbert. Every single thing that goes bad is because of everybody else around Justin Herbert. I was arguing with a guy on TikTok yesterday for one of our videos. Go check out our TikTok. And he was like, well, Justin Herbert, he had that rough game in the playoffs because of his team. And then I was like, yeah, but you were just arguing about how good he was during the regular season. It was the same team. So why during the regular season is it this great team that he's elevating? And then in the playoffs, it's this bad team that he also is bad on, but it's not his fault because the team's bad. I don't understand the logic. But again, I trust Harbaugh. I trust that run game. I think that defense is going to be better. Amarian Hampton, I think, is also a dark horse contender for Rookie of the Year because especially if he just gets put in this Jim Harbaugh rushing run.
We've been over this. Just say Harbaugh.
Yeah. If he gets just put in this run heavy offense behind this O-line and they just pound the rock where they give it to him 25 times a game, like how could he not be in contention? I also think we're undervaluing Cam Ward. If he just puts up decent numbers, they always love to give that award to a rookie quarterback. So I think that's also a possibility. And then obviously the Broncos, on paper, the Broncos going into this season look like one of the top 3 best teams in the league. Top 5 offense, top 5 defense, top 5, you can argue, coach in the league. Also great organization. The Broncos have always been one of those organizations that I feel
literally just checked off every box of why they're going to win.
That's what I'm saying.
Why they're going to win why they're going to win that division.
Yeah, but the only reason they're not going to win that division is because they don't have devil magic behind them. You know who does have devil magic behind them, Casino? Taylor Swift, the Chiefs.
Roger
Andy Reid
Goodell.
he was sick in Philadelphia of always getting to the NFC Championship game and never winning his Super Bowl. He said, "I'll team up with these absolute demons. I'll sell my soul. Give me those Super Bowls." And now, and then he also, part of that deal was like, also make Bill Belichick look bad. So then
Oh,
Bill
God.
Belichick on Monday night gets annihilated. This is the devil's work. This is the
Dude,
devil's plan.
that was unforgivable.
You're-
That was
we-
that was
yeah,
their
we got to talk about
worst.
that.
Yeah, oh gosh, we gotta talk
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
But so to repeat, division winners, I have Ravens as the 1 seed, Chiefs as the 2 seed, Bills 3 seed, Texans 4 seed, and then the AFC wildcard teams in order from top to bottom: Broncos, Steelers, Chargers. I have the same teams, just ordered different from last year.